Hi, this is Gordie Gillespie, baseball coach at St. Francis. Tonight we're going to be talking about infield play. And I don't think there's anything more exciting when you think of infielders and the old days of the Cubs when they went Tinkers to Evers to Chance, and we even have scenarios written like who's on first and what's on second. And anytime you think about infield play, I think you think about poetry in motion. I think of the great Yankee teams. You know, they were known for Murderer's Row and all the great hitters, but actually every year they won the pennant, they had one of the greatest infielders of all time. The great Baltimore teams, Brooks Robinson and Nat Grang. Every time you think about those guys, what great infielders there were. So I get excited about it, and I've got one of the great infielders that I've ever coached, who's my associate coach, Tony Delgado. Tony was a shortstop for me at Lewis University, and he's my associate coach now, and he coaches our infield. So Tony, come on over here, and you and I will be talking to the guys. Here's Tony now, and Tony's going to have each one of his players come out. Hey, fellas, why don't you come on out? The guys are going to be working with Tony. Introduce yourselves here to the camera. All these fellas are going to be working our infield concepts here.
Joe Roberts, first base.
Dave Phillip, pitcher.
Dick Weiss, second base.
Jack Vetra, catcher.
Todd Simple, shortstop.
Sean Davis, outfield.
Outfield.
Mark Nicotinic, third base.
We even have an outfielder working with this crew, Tone. How did that happen? They get screwed up? Now we're going to have the outfielders work as base runners, and we're going to, of course, naturally, the infielders are all a part of it, and the catcher, that's a big part of the infield. Getting the pitchers involved is certainly a big part of infield play. And I know Tony's got some great concepts to share with you about how we play the infield here. He's going to cover double plays. He's going to cover how the first baseman digs all those low throws out, and the third baseman and diving stops, and how to properly throw the ball and catch the ball. But again, I think infield play is poetry in motion. Boy, one of the most beautiful plays is when you make that double play and you see that second baseman jumping over. Tony, I can remember you jumping over guys out there making that double play. Was that last year, was it? Or
I think maybe 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So we're going to have a good time, and we're looking forward to making this presentation this evening.
When we talk about infield play, when we start talking about the infielders, we have to get certain characteristics that we look for in infielders. Some of the things we're looking for, we talk about, we hear quick hands, you hear quick feet, okay, quickness, okay, you hear guts. Infielders have got to have guts to be able to get in front of hard shots. These are attributes that we're looking for in infielders. Now, these are things that we can work on. Okay, you're born with a certain amount of quickness, you're born with certain reflexes. But through our infield drills, we can help enhance these things that we're born with by repetition, and emphasizing the proper fundamentals. Now, when we talk about infield play, we have to go back to the basics. And there's nothing more basic than a glove. Okay, if we could play infield without gloves, we would do it. But the ball's too hard, obviously, so we must have a glove. But one of the mistakes that too many kids make is they buy a glove that's much too big for them. Here I have a small glove. This is Nick Weiss, our second baseman's glove. It's a small glove, and why does he like a small glove? Because Nick wants to feel that this glove is a part of his hand, as opposed to maybe a bigger glove. It would be an outfield glove. Sometimes you see infielders with outfielders' gloves, and the glove is almost hanging and dragging. It isn't a part of their hand. They don't have that feeling. They get a longer reach. But for infielders, we're not concerned about longer reach. We want the feeling that the glove is part of our hand. That's why we go to the smaller glove, because I want this to feel like it's a part of my hand. So that's the first basic I'm concerned with, is my glove. Okay, now we go to the basics. What are we talking about? Catching and throwing a baseball. Let's start with catching first. Okay, we talk about catching a ball, we talk about having soft hands and quick hands. Now, how do we get soft hands? To get soft hands, we talk about extending our hands. I'm going to take a side view here. We talk about extending the hands. The ball is coming to me now. I'm extending my hands to catch it, and right at the moment of contact, my hands are coming back. I'm giving with the impact here. That's what we call soft hands. Soft hands. And you notice I'm always going to the ball with two hands. Okay, too often you see players, infielders, they'll be playing catch like this. Here's the ball, and the ball's right on target. They'll catch it with one hand, then they bring it here, and then they throw. Here comes the ball, they catch it again with one hand. We don't like to do that. We like to emphasize We're playing catch, catching it with two hands, because I'm always thinking of the next phase, which is throwing, which we'll get into in a few minutes. But I always want to be conscious of catching with two hands whenever I can. And soft hands, extend and give. Extend and give with the ball. That's what we call by soft hands, as opposed to what we call concrete hands, where I extend and try and catch the ball out there. A lot of times the ball hits and bounces off. Okay, I want to extend and come back with the impact of the ball. Okay, I'm going to bring some of our infielders out here. We'll bring our 4 infielders out here now to demonstrate what we mean by soft hands. Okay, now that we have our infielders out there, the first thing we're going to do to practice this soft hands is go without the gloves. We think a good drill, especially early in the year, is to have your infielders go without the glove, because what that does, that forces them, one, to watch the ball. When you have to use your hands, you follow the ball much more closely. Two, because you're using heavy Kenko balls here, a hard rubber ball, it forces you to get soft hands, because if you just stick your hands out there with no glove, that ball's going to hurt. Okay, this way it forces you to extend and to give with the ball. There's where those soft hands come in. So that's what we want to demonstrate first, is how to play catch without the gloves. Okay, fellas, go ahead. That's it. Extend those hands out and give now. That's it. Those soft hands. Extending those hands out and give. Okay? Extend them out and give with them. Notice how they're extending the hands. Notice how Mick here and Todd, they're extending the hands out, then coming back. That's the important thing. Extend the hands out, come back. Okay, fellas, let's go with the gloves now. Okay, maybe we've done that maybe for a couple minutes. Now we go with the gloves. Now we can increase the speed of the ball a little bit, but we're still looking for those hands extending and coming back. Extend and come back. Those hands extending and coming back. That's it. Look at Todd over there. Look at Todd on the far side. Extend those hands and come back. You see Nick over there. Nick and Joe, our left-hander over there. Extend and come back with that. That's good. Good, fellas. That's good. Okay, now that's just plain catch. Okay, now the next phase is we have to get to the throwing. The throwing. We've got to start adding these things together. We're talking about catching it. Now we've got to talk about the proper way of throwing a ball. When we talk about infielders, infield play, we talk about a short arm throw, a quick throw, a quick release throw. I'm going to take a side position again and try and demonstrate. So often, all players are taught to catch the ball, extend the arm way back, and then to throw. Okay, that's how we're taught when we're young. We're taught to catch it, extend way back, and then throw. We say that's okay maybe for outfielders, but even the outfield play, we don't like a real long extended extension. For infield play, we say no, we don't want an extension. We want a quick up position here. We want a quick up position, almost like a catcher. A catcher comes right to here to throw. We talk about infielders, we want them to field and get right up here to this position right here. So we talk about quickness of arm, get it up in that up position right now with the high elbow. The other thing we talk about is staying up on top. They throw right over the top. Again, many infielders will end up learning they'll throw sidearm. They'll throw out of here. What happens when we throw sidearm? The ball will tail, especially if I'm making a long throw from shortstop or from third base. If I come out of the side, the ball will have a tendency to end up tailing and dropping low on the first baseman. So we have to emphasize, get up on top, get up here with the high elbow and come right over the top. The other thing we emphasize is two fingers fairly close together. Let me get a ball here. I've got a Kenko ball again, and what we're emphasizing here is we don't like to see the fingers split. Okay, because what happens when a finger is split, that's like throwing a split finger fastball. Okay, what happens? The ball dives down. Okay, we like the fingers to be closer together, maybe just a very slight spread there, but we have good control of the ball, so now the ball will not dive down, it'll go straight. Okay, so short, quick release position, elbow up high, right over the top. Now, one of the ways that we teach this, we're going to go to what we call our wall drill. We have our infielders kneeling on the ground, and then they're throwing from up against the wall to emphasize the proper throwing motion. Okay, what we're going to be showing here now is how we kneel with our feet. We take our infielders, we have them kneel on the ground with their feet touching a bleacher. Now what this is going to do, it's going to prevent them from extending their arm way back. Because if they extend their arm way back, which we'll show in a minute, we'll have Todd do that just to show what happens. Okay, but if they extend their arm way back, they're going to hit that bleacher. Well, immediately the computer up here, the brain, it tells, hey, that's pain, that hurts. It won't do it again. So it will condition itself, rather than extending back because that wall's there, it will condition itself to come right up to what we call that up throwing position, that quick release throwing position. But the way we teach it, the way we train our infielders to do it, is by this wall drill right here. Okay, Todd, show us what happens if you go back too far. Nick, show us what happens if you go back too far. There's a ground ball. Go back. Ha! He hit that. See, they hit it. Okay, now do it correctly now. Here we go. Now we're good. Hey, here we go. Get it up. Notice their arms now. See how quick they're getting that ball up into that up position. Working that quick release. Quick release. They're also getting fielding. If ground ball, watch that ball right in there. Fielding ground balls here, getting it up to that up position. Right over the top. Right over the top. Quick release. Okay, now hold on a second. Now, one of the things that we force them to do, we force them to get some power on this throw. What happens if we keep our tossers here real close to them, they can just end up short-arming the ball. And we don't want that. We've got to be able, in that quick release position, we've got to be able to generate a 120-foot throw. If you're a shortstop in the hole, you're a third baseman over there. So we've got to generate some power. So now what we'll do is move our tossers further back. And now when they throw the ball, now for Todd and Nick to get the ball to them, they're going to have to really pump that arm up and yet have a short release because they're against those bleachers there. Okay, here we go. Pop that ball. Now they've got to get something on it. They've got to get something on it. There we go. Get that arm up and get up there. Get up there in a hurry. Hop that ball. Now you can see how the arm is not going back now. You can see the quick release, how they get up that quick release position, and yet they're getting something on the ball. Now if they can throw the ball that hard from their knees, you know, once they're on their feet and doing their crow hopping, they'll be able to make that good strong throw all the way over there to that first baseman. Okay, that's good, fellas. That's good. Okay, that's basic catching and throwing. The next thing we want to get into is catching of pop-ups for infielders. That'll be the next phase that we have to concern ourselves with. Basic phase of the game, which is just catching infield pop-ups. You know, it seems very basic, but we've got to remember, when you're a 7 or 8-year-old kid, okay, they're no dummies. They know that's a hard ball. They know it hurts when it hits them. Okay, therefore it becomes very difficult for them to want to stand underneath the ball that they know if it misses the glove, hits them on top of the head, it's going to hurt. Okay, so it becomes very difficult. The thing that we have to convince those young kids is that the best way to prevent from being hurt is by getting that glove right up on top of our head here, just so we have a clear view of it. Because now when we get the glove right there, we're watching. Okay, we're seeing that ball come right towards us because we've got the glove as our protection. So we have to convince the young kids that the glove is your protection. It's when you have your glove out here or your glove out here is when you're unprotected. But if we can convince them that the glove is their protection, okay, then it'll be a much easier time getting them to field those pop-ups with the glove up above their head here in a proper manner, and that's the way it has to be caught. Okay, let's get our players out here. They'll just toss them up to themselves, toss it up to yourselves, right up above, catching pop-ups. Okay. You see, they got the glove right up above them. Okay, now we got to remember, we're dealing here with 7, 8-year-old kids. This is not easy for these guys. These are college kids. It's easy. But you got 7 or 8-year-old kids, we've got to encourage them. That's why we would like to, with young kids in our camps, we start off with wiffle balls, then we graduate to tennis balls, then we go to rubber balls before we get to baseballs. Because we have to give kids the confidence of catching the ball without being hurt. If you give them a baseball right away, what happens? They're going to be afraid. But you give them a wiffle ball, get them that confidence of getting that glove up there, and then gradually wean them onto baseballs, then you're going to have much more success, and you'll take the fear away from them. Good, fellas. That's good. Okay, now, what's the next toughest thing? Catching a pop-up what? When the sun, okay, we've got to a midday sun up there, a blue sky, a bright sun, and there's that glare. Now we know we can wear sunglasses, we know we can put the black under our eyes, okay, but that sun is still a problem. The first thing we have to know, as coaches, okay, as coaches we welcome the bright sunny day, because the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our infielders out there and we're going to make sure that they're facing right into that sun, because the infielders are not going to go there on their own. Okay, they'll make sure they got the back to the sun. Okay, but we've got to turn around and say, hey, let's face that sun, because it's the tough ball that we have to be able to catch if we're going to be successful as a team. If I'm going to be a good infielder, I have to master the sun. I can't let the sun defeat me. Okay, now how do we do it? What are our techniques? Well, I've already said a couple things. One, you can have sunglasses. Okay, two, you can have that eye black here that cuts down the glare. The third thing I can do is use my glove. I use the glove again as eye protection. I just talked about the glove being protection for my body. Now the glove is eye protection. I've got the glove blocking the great majority of that glare up there, and I'm just peeking over the edge of the glove, picking up the ball. The other thing I can do is I can turn to the side a little bit. If the sun is directly in front of me here, okay, if I turn to the side a little bit, all of a sudden the ball will come out of the sun because I've changed the angle. Okay, I've changed the angle, so at one point there, the ball will come out of that sun. Okay, I just can't get too far on the side where now I missed the ball. But if I just turn my angle a little bit, that will help me pick up that ball a little bit sooner. So these are some of the things we do. Okay, well, we got Nick out there and Todd. Now you've got the tough sun up there. Now they're blocking it with the glove. They're using the glove as eye protection. You see Todd is turning on the side. Todd over there on the left, he's turning on the side to get a little bit different angle. There goes Nick again. Nick's using his hand. Some players will use their hand to block the sun. Okay, good. The biggest thing there, the biggest thing, coaches, we cannot let the sun become an excuse. How many times have we seen players do this? And then they want to look at you over there and say, I couldn't find it, coach, the sun was in my eyes. Our answer is there's no sun up there. We play baseball with no sunshine. The sun never shines, therefore we never have an excuse to miss a pop-up. You cannot accept it. If you accept it, you lose. That's a fact. Okay, so our players must learn how to catch that ball in the bright sunshine. Okay, now what we're going to get to next is fielding ground balls, a very important phase of infield play, obviously. Okay, a few moments ago I talked about one of the attributes of an infielder. Okay, one was he's got to have guts. Okay, again, I talked about that ball. That ball is hard. That ball's bouncing around. If I'm going to be a good infielder, number one, I better be able to get my nose down. We talk about getting my nose down. I mean, that ball, that tough ball is coming. I better be able to get that nose down. If I'm one of these guys, if I can hit, stick me out in the outfield. Stick him out in the outfield. Or make him a DH. Because if he's one of these guys, I don't care how good he can hit, he's going to kill you in the infield defense. I've got to be able to get that nose in there. That's the first thing. Okay, now we're working on quickness. We talk about infield play. We talk about explosion. We talk about attack. We talk about pouncing on balls. We talk about quickness, quickness, quickness. We don't worry about comfort. Okay, we don't care. I don't want to hear my infielders tell me, well, I feel uncomfortable. I want you to feel quick. If you're going to quick and uncomfortable, that's what I want. I don't want comfort and lack of quickness. Quickness first, comfort second. That's what we're talking about. Now, where does quickness come in? I can't say, well, your feet should be 2 feet 8 inches apart or 3 feet 2 inches. I can't say that. As an infielder, I must discover what is my quickest position. Where my feet, wherever that span is, I have to discover for myself. I'm 5'9". The next guy's 6'2". My span is not going to be his span. So I must discover what is my quickest movement. Okay, and then that will be my stance in terms of width of feet. That's the first thing. Once I've established that, the next thing I'm concerned with is balance. Okay, and balance, I have to talk about center of gravity. Okay, when I talk about balance, and we talk about getting down low, okay, I talk about dropping my butt this way. Dropping this way, not leaning this way. If I lean this way, I lose balance. Okay, so I can't lean forward because I lose balance when I lean forward. I've got to keep balanced here. If I'm going to be quick, obviously, I've got to be balanced. I've got to be prepared to attack, prepared to move. I can't do that unless I have good balance. So I want to drop my butt this way, keep my center of gravity through the middle here. Keep my center of gravity through here. I'm not going to lean this way. I'm not going to be one of these fielders because I'm losing balance already. I've got to drop down this way where I've got good balance and good quickness. Good quickness forward, backward, laterally. Good quickness here. Now, what about the glove? Okay, we try to get our glove as low as we can without, again, restricting myself. I've got to get my glove as low as I can here without getting so low that I'm tying myself up in knots here. I can't do that. Okay, I want to maintain that quickness. Again, I've got to say, where can I be my quickest from? Some guys can get the glove all the way on the ground. Great. Other players will be up here. Okay, but the point is, where is my quickness motion from? That's where I have to be. All right, so balance, quickness, glove out in front, but you do notice I have my glove out here. We call this the preparation, being prepared, having the glove out there, not having the glove here, not having the glove on my knee. We see fielders starting like this. We see fielders starting like this. We see fielders with their glove back in here. My glove is out here. I'm prepared. I'm prepared for that eventual ground ball. I have to believe that every ground ball that's going to be hit is coming to me. That's what I have to believe, so I must be prepared for that ground ball. Okay, let's see the players there. All right, give me your stance. Give me your stance. Okay, the pitcher's pitching now. Here's your stance. Okay, you notice they've all got that good center of gravity. They've all got good balance. Okay, next thing we want to talk about being a little bit on the balls of those feet. I got to be like a big cat. I've got like a big puma ready to pounce. Yeah, I've got to have those quick feet. I don't want to be flat-footed where I'm on my heels. Okay, right at the point where I think that ball's going to be hit, I've got to transfer to the balls of those feet because I've got to be ready to attack. Okay, good. The next thing we got to concern ourselves with, we'll have players. You'll see this happen so often. Players will be in great fielding position. Now the ground ball's hit, they'll lift up, then they'll go back down. Or they'll do this. You'll see them turn their glove this way, then they go back that way. Instead of us saying, if at all possible, when that ball's hit, I'm going to maintain that position. I'm already prepared. That was the whole point of my stance, was to be prepared. Well, why should I unprepare myself and then have to field the ground ball? So if I'm here, I've got to stay there if at all possible. All right, show that stance, show a proper stance. Let's say you've got a little ground ball just coming right at you. We're going to move in one step, that's all. All right, here's the ground ball. Move in. Okay, let's go back and go again. We're showing how we're staying prepared. Staying prepared. Here's the ground ball. Move in. Okay. All right, did everybody see? I'm going to point them out here. Nick Weiss here. Okay, I'll use Nick as an example. Nick's an outstanding fielder for us. The second here from the right. Second player from the right, Nick Weiss. Okay, I'm watching him there. I'm teaching. Nick's now 7 years old. What did we see Nick do? His glove came up. He didn't keep the glove down there. His glove came up. Okay, go again, Nick. Let me see you feel that ground ball. Here you go. Go ahead, Nick. Ah, now we put it in Nick's mind, see? Because I said his glove came up that time. It's not coming up this time. Okay, he kept that glove out there that time. Good, that's what we have to do. Let's go again, all four. Here we go. Ground ball. Here comes that ground ball. Good, that time Nick stayed down. He didn't pick that glove up. Okay, he stayed down with it. Let's go one more time. Okay, all right, here's that ground ball. Good, okay. Now we were prepared. Now we have to concern ourselves with 6 types of balls. Okay, we're going to go through these pretty quickly, but there's 6 types of balls that I'm concerned with as an infielder, in sense of ground balls or the one is a line drive. Okay, first one is the average ground ball. Second one is the smash, the hot smash right at me. The third one is the backhand ball in the hole. I have to backhand the ball. The fourth one is the forehand ball where I have to cover some territory going to my left. The fifth one is the tough play, the run-through ball, which we'll explain here in a few minutes. And then the sixth play I'm concerned with is that line drive off the bat where I've just got to make a leaping reaction, stabbing to try and prevent that sure base hit. But those are 6 types of balls that we have to concern ourselves with. And then as coaches, we have to ensure that our infielders are always getting that type of practice on those 6 types of balls every day during our infield practice. So the next thing we're going to do is to go to some very basic fundamental work on those 6 types of ground balls. The first one we'll deal with is what we call the average ground ball. Now, on the average ground ball, they kind of just demonstrated there a couple of minutes ago. They were moving in on a ball, and that's the key. The average ground ball is a ball that allows me to move in on it. Okay, I must move in on the ball. I'm here. Okay, I'm parallel here. My feet are parallel. I'm ready. But now here comes that ground ball. I'm going to move in on it. Okay, for a couple of reasons. I have the greatest computer in the world right up here. The greatest computer in the world. And when I'm moving in on a ball, that computer tells me when to slow up, when to stop, when to go a little bit quicker to ensure that I get the ball in a good hop. That's what that computer is doing for me as I move towards the ball. If I stay here and wait for the ball, the computer doesn't go on. It's shut off. I got to take that ball whatever hop comes to me. But if I move in, it tells me, slow down, there's the hop. It's telling me that. It gets me to do that. So that's one reason why I want to move in. Second reason is, I move in, I've cut the distance down for my throw. I'm saving time. Okay? I've cut the distance down for my throw. Now my throw will be more accurate. So I'm getting a good hop by moving in. I'm saving time. I've got a shorter throw for more accuracy. Obviously, we're going to throw out a lot more runners. Okay, let's get my other helpers out here. We're going to go some drill work here. Want to give me a couple balls there, Dave? All right, now. All right, back up a little bit there, fellas. They're going to back up a little bit. What we're going to have them doing is just moving in on ground balls. Now, anytime we do ground ball work, the worst thing we like to see when we're watching teams practice is, you know, a line of players and one coach fungoing balls. Rarely in our infield practices, especially indoors, rarely do we ever use a fungo bat. We just don't believe in it. We can get so much more work by throwing ground balls. A ground ball is a ground ball. Whether you throw it or hit it, it's a ground ball. But the thing I can do, I can get so much more work in by throwing balls, and I can be so much more accurate. I can do what I want to do. Where fungo, that takes a good skill to try and say, I'm going to hit the ball just at a certain spot. But I can throw ground balls right where I want to throw it. So what we'll do is line up. 4 guys here, 4 there. Okay, we'll go for about 30 seconds here. The camera will be on our fields and watch the amount of ground balls they'll get in about 30 seconds. Okay, let's go to work. Here we go. Move in on that ball. That's it. That's it, Joe. Right back. Here we go. Move in on that ball. That's it. We're watching him moving in. Moving in. They know when to slow up. Move in. Here's Joe's going to get that bounce. The computer's going to tell him when to slow up and get that good hop. That's it. Here we go. Here we go. Moving in. Moving in. That's it. That's it. We want our fielders to play the ball. Don't let the ball play them. Moving in. Here we go. You notice how our 3 right-handers, they've all got their left foot slightly ahead of their right foot when they field it. Joe here, being a left-hander, will have the right foot slightly ahead of the left foot. Okay, good. Now, that's our average ground ball. Now we've worked on that for a few minutes. Now we say, hey, now we got the smash right at us. How do we handle the smash right at us? This is where we talk about you got to have some guts. Okay? That ball, your goal as an infielder, you say that ball cannot get by me. It will not get by me. Every time there's a ground ball to me, I've got to say there's a runner on second base. There's a potential run there. If the ball gets through me, he scores, we lose. That's what I have to think. So my goal is to knock down any ball I can get. Knock it down. Keep it in the infield. Well, the smash right at us now, what we're going to do is actually play it almost like a catcher plays it. We're going to go down and say, if it's a smash, it's going to get to me in an awful hurry, which means the runner is going to be barely out of the batter's box when the ball is already to me. He's barely out of the batter's box. So I've got time to, well, we say, here's a smash, to go down and block that ball. I may field it. Most of the time, I'll end up catching it anyway. But we want the concept of going down, blocking that ball. But if I don't block it, now I get time to come up, pounce on that ball, and throw that guy out. Because it's a smash. Now, we wouldn't do this if there was a runner on first base and less than 2 outs. Then we're going to try and field it normally to try and complete the double play. But if we're not in a double play situation, my goal is to knock that ball down, don't let it get through me. All right, here we go. We'll go back to our fielders here. Back to our fielders. Here's the smash. All right. Get down, Joe. Look at Joe go down on one knee. That's it. Here's a smash. Don't let it go through. Look at Joe go down on one knee. Get down. Get down. That's it. We can't let that ball get through it. Here's a smash. That's it. He's going down. Follow that ball right in. Follow that ball right in there. Follow that ball right in there. Follow that ball right in there. Okay, good. That's good. That's good. You probably noticed one of the things that also enhances, when you go down to one knee, if you've got the guts to go down on one knee, the thing that's, another result of that's going to be, your nose is going to go right down in there with it. We follow a ball. We're more apt to stick our nose in there when we're down here than if we're up here. That's another reason why we want to go down, because we're more apt to get that nose right in there. Okay, that's the second type of ground ball. Now we've got to talk about that hard smash to our backhand side. Okay, the one in the hole. Okay, many times we say in infield play, what separates the great infielder from the average infielder? It's that backhand play in the hole. Now, the important thing here is footwork. Okay, we talked about quickness. We talk about that ball is hit. Okay, right now the computer tells me, hey, Delgado, if you're going to get that ball, boy, you better be quick. You better be like a blue dart out of here. You better explode out of there. You better explode to get to that ball. All right, now let's say if I've exploded. I've exploded. I've got the ball. Now here's where the good footwork comes in. I've got the ball now. If I'm going to get that runner, I'm deep in the hole now. I'm a shortstop way in the hole. I'm a third baseman across the foul line. I'm a second baseman behind second base. How are we going to get that runner? Okay, I've got to be quick with my footwork. Now, what is the footwork? I'm here with the ball. Okay, I've got the ball. I've got the luxury of one step. Plant the right foot. I've got to plant the right foot, get the ball up in a hurry up here, and I get one step back for my throw. One step back. That's all. The mistake that many infielders make. Okay, they'll make a great play. They'll come over, they've got the ball, okay, but then they want to do all this crow hopping to throw the ball. By that time, that runner's gotten 2 or 3 extra steps, he beats it out. If we don't have that luxury, we've got to field it, plant, get that ball up here, turn, one step there, and throw that ball. That's all the luxury of time we have if we're going to get that speedy runner. And who do we think is running? As an infielder, in my mind, I always say, we got the fastest guy on their team running the first base. That's who I'm preparing for. Because if I prepare for the fastest guy, I can get anybody else on their team. But if I don't prepare, if I prepare for the average runner, well, then I may not get the fast runner. So I'm always preparing for the fast runner. Then I can get everybody else. All right, now how do we work on this? We'll move up closer. Okay, we'll bring our tossers up here closer. Okay. Now, what we'll do, we'll get up close. We go a one-step drill here. Okay. I'll first demonstrate how not to do this drill. How not to do this drill. Are you ready? Yeah, well, he backhanded it. Well, so what? He backhanded it. So what? All right, that's how not to do it. Now, how do we do it? How do we do this drill? Get over there. That's it. Look at how we had to explode that time. Wow, look at that play he made. Get over there. Plant those feet. Get ready to throw. Get over there. Plant those feet. Ready to throw. Now I want you to come up throwing the first base. Go through all the action as if you're going to throw it. Just don't throw it. Get over there. Plant those feet. That's it. Okay, let's go. Everybody working now. Here we go. Here we go. Get over there. Explode. Explode. That's it. Explode. Explode. That's it. Explode over there. That's it. Good. Move over here a little bit more. Explode. That's it. That's quickness. Quickness. Plant that foot. Plant that foot. Plant that foot, Nick. Plant that foot, Nick. Make that good hard throw. There we go. Explode. That's it. That's it. Explode. That's it. This is going to be a double down the line, Todd. A double down the line. Hey, that's the way to take it away. Good. Okay. Good. Now, we work on that every day. That's the third phase. Now, the next phase is the opposite side. It's the forehand ball, where I've got to cover some ground now all the way to my left, or to my forehand if I'm right-handed here. Okay, the big thing here, the biggest mistake that many infielders will make, Okay, they'll cover a lot of ground. Let's assume I started over there. I came way over here. I just got the ball here. Now let's say there's first base over there. I'm a shortstop. I'm now behind second base, and I've got to throw to first base. I'm behind second. I've got to. They made the great stop. They covered a lot of ground. They made the great stop, but then they get lazy on their footwork, and they're here throwing out of here. Okay, they're here throwing out of there. What's going to happen? I'm throwing sidearm. Ball's going to come off with side spin. The ball's going to loop and tail and probably bounce in the dirt to the left of the first baseman. That's the mistake that the infielders make. They've got to get back to footwork. That's why we're so adamant that whenever we're playing catch, we're working on footwork. Okay, constantly talking about footwork. Earlier we were talking about playing catch. Okay, if you notice our infield, every time they caught the ball, they were working on their footwork. All right, well, same thing now. This is where all that work playing catch pays off on ground balls. Because now that same ground ball, here I am, my forehand. Now when I come up here, I've got to come up and crow hop all the way around. So now I've got the good strong overhand throw all the way to first base. Okay, straight overhand all the way to first base. But I must force myself to crow hop, make that good spin all the way around. I can't get lazy and come out of the side here. Okay, let's work on that. Now, here we go. Ready? All right, here we go. Forehand ball here. Get those feet set. That's the way to turn all the way around. That's the way to spin all the way around. Hit over. Spin all the way around. Good. Good. That's the way to spin all the way around. Hit over. Spin all the way around. The footwork is the important thing. That's it. Hit over. Spin those feet. Spin those feet. Coming right over the top. Good. Spin those feet. Right over the top. Good. Okay. Good. Good. I'm sure the camera will show the importance of the footwork there. That's the big thing. If you get your fielders working on that proper footwork, you'll make good throws. So many errors are made throughout the season, not on ground balls. They're made on thrown balls, and it's because of poor footwork, throwing off balance, not having the ball up on top. All right, that's the fourth phase. The fifth phase is the tough play for an infielder. It's what we call the run-through ball. Okay, we're going to get our infielders at their normal positions now, and we're going to work on a run-through ball. I will first explain it, then we'll have the infielders showing it. Now we talk about a run-through ball. We're talking about a ball that is topped off the bat. It's just topped. It's not hit hard. It's hit very soft. Okay, I've got one play. Right away the computer tells me, Delgado, you better get to that ball as quick as you can, and you better field it cleanly, and you better throw it as quick as you can because there's going to be an eyelash play at first base. The computer's already figured that out. Now I have to execute to get that done. All right, it's a three-stage process. The first stage, once I've recognized that ground ball, the first phase, now I'm in my normal position. Okay, before I said I would try and stay down as much as I can. I would try and stay down. Even on a cross, I would try and stay down. But on the run-through ball, this is where it changes. Okay, on a run-through ball, I know I've got to get to that ball as quick as I can. And I can't run quick from down here. So when I run through ball, yes, I am going to lift, and I'm going to sprint at the ball. That's phase one. Sprint at the ball. Now when I get close to the ball, the next phase is bend the back. Slow down a little bit, bend the back. Okay, because now where I want to field this ball is right out. I'm going to have my right leg back. I'm trying to plan this as I'm sprinting. I've got to plan this out. The computer will do it for me. I've got to plan this out so when I get to the ball, my left foot's going to be forward, my right foot's going to be back, and I'm fielding the ball here. Okay, out of the way, so I'm not hitting this leg. I'm feeling here. So I've sprinted to the ball. Now it's bend the back and get down. And get down with the glove and the hand. Don't get lazy. Players want to get lazy. Players want to do like outfielders out on the side here. No, right down here. I got to get right down. Bend the back. Now, the next important thing is how quick can I get rid of the ball? Now, I've got the luxury again of one step. Here it is. Here it is. I got to come up one step and be up on top and throw on the run. One step and throw on the run. Again, players will want to do this. Ready, Joe? I'm going to throw you the ball, Joe. I've sprinted to the ball. Here it is. Players will want to throw out of there. Okay, they'll want to throw. They want to get lazy, just take the ball out of there and throw the ball. There's two things wrong with that. One, I can't get as much on it. And two, again, I'm asking for a tailing ball. Hey, we want our infielders to get down, get up in that one step, get up and throw that ball. Get up and get up on top and throw it across there. Okay, sprint to the ball, bend the back, get up in a hurry, throw that ball. Okay, here we go. Coach Gillespie here will throw the ground balls. Run through the ball. Get up on top. Look at Nick get up on top. That's it, Todd. Here you go, Mick. That's it. Hey, that's a good throw now. Look at Nick. Get up on top. There you go. Notice how he gets a sprint to the ball. Get up on top. That's it, Todd. Good. Here we go. Good. That's it. Notice how they come up. That's it. One step. Watch that right foot. Watch how after they feel the ball, it's one step at the right, and then he throws. Good. Okay, that's good, fellas. Good. Okay, that is, we probably work more on that particular play than any other play with our infielders, because that is the toughest play. All right, the last phase we talked about is the line drive. Okay, we want our infielders to make that line drive reaction. Okay, those balls come off that bat, sometimes they're coming out there 130, 40 miles an hour. Okay, hey, we don't want to concede anything. As an infielder, I don't concede anything. Okay, I've got to be able to make that diving reaction, that reaction on balls. Okay, so we practice it. Now, how do we do it? Okay, Joe, let's get the camera here. Joe, here, Mick, come over here. I'll take Mick first. We'll get the camera looking at us both here. I'll stand here. Okay, Mick, here it comes, line drive. Get the ball, hit that ball. All right, you got to pick up that ball. Get that ball, Mick. He's reacting. Here we go, Mick. Get over there, Mick. Ah, we got by him. Here we go again. That's okay. How about reaction? Reaction, Mick. Get over there, Mick. Yeah, that's the way you take that base hit away. Get up. That's it. All right. That's why we're working on it. You can see why we work on this. Here we go. Get over. Yes. Don't guess. You can't guess. Read it. Don't guess. Get over. Here we go. Let's see. Here's a double down the line. Get up. Here we go. All right. Let's get everybody out there with a partner. Here we go. Here we go. We line everybody up. Right there. I'm right here. I got Mick. Okay. Here we go. Reaction. Spread it out. Here we go, Mick. Hit there. Ah, you got to be like a cat, Mick. You got to be like a big puma out there. That's it. Look at Mick. Look at that save. Look at that save. Look at that save. All right. That's it, Mick. Here we go. Here we go. Don't guess. See the ball. See the ball. Get up, Mick. That's it. Take it away. Take it away. Take it away, Mick. Get up. That's the way. Take it away. That's it. Reactions. Reactions. Like big cats now. Balls to those feet. Balls to those feet. Hit there. Big cats out here. Hit there, Mick. That's the way to take that base hit away. Take it. Look at time. Get up and double them off. Okay. Timeout. Good. Good. What is the second half of that reaction? I don't know if the camera happened to catch Todd Sipple. Todd there. Todd, let's see if we can demonstrate that last play. I'm going to try and demonstrate that last play. Let's focus in on Todd here. Okay, you ready? Okay, we got it. We know every time there's a line drive, what do we think? Hey, there's another runner on base. Here we go. Hey, get up, double him off. Boom, he's gone, double play. Okay, hey, catching the ball is one half of the drill. Getting up and doubling somebody off, that's the second half. Our reactions, get off that ground. Okay, we don't want guys laying on the ground and people patting them on the back. Oh, great play, and the guy gets back to first base, and we could have had him doubled off. Next guy hits a home run, we lose 2-1. Instead of having him doubled off and we go home winning 1-0, we lose 2-1 because he was laying on the ground taking a pause. They're getting off the ground and doubling that guy off. Okay, all right, so that's the reaction. You got to work on that. Okay, we can increase the reactions. Okay, those are 6 types of plays that we go through every day with our infielders. They keep them sharp on all phases of ground ball and live drive reactions. Roberts here, one of our varsity first basemen, who's going to show us some things around first base. I think first base position is probably the most underrated position in terms of importance in infield play. So often what happens, you think of the major leagues, when a player's at the end of his career, they say, well, let's make him a first baseman. Okay, and then they put him over there, and what happens? He ends up butchering balls over there. Okay, he isn't able to pick balls, isn't able to save games. one of the unwritten statistics is how many times does he field the ball out of the dirt with a runner on base. Because every time he does that, that's a potential game-winning run. Okay, and if you've got a great fielding first baseman, he's invaluable to you because he will be fielding balls, picking balls out of the dirt, saving balls, making tags on wide, high throws, doing things that just an average player can't do. It takes a specialist here. This is a vitally important position, and we just can't take anybody and stick them at first base. All right, when we talk about first base, we talk about receiving throws. Joe, there's two different methods of doing it. Okay, one we know is the 1-foot method. Okay, show us what is the 1 foot. All right, Joe has got his left foot. He's right-handed or left-handed, so his left foot would be on the base. Now, he's got a throw coming from the left side over there. It's right on target, so he's just stretched out with his right foot. Now, if the throw was off here, Joe, what would you do? He would keep his left foot on the base. If the throw was out here, he would keep his left foot on the base. Okay, that's the 1-footed method. That is the method that most people use today. We'll get back to talking about that in a moment. Joe, what is the other method? Okay, now he's got both heels on the edge of the base. Now the throw comes to the left here, Joe, what are you going to do? He's going to shift to his left. Notice now he has his right foot on the base, and his left foot is out. All right, now he's back to his both heels. Now he's got a wide throw coming to his right here. He shifts, now he's got his left foot on the base. His right foot is out. Okay, that's what is called the shifting method. Years ago, that was the method that everybody used. Okay, but I think what has happened now, two things. One, with the advent of the outstanding first baseman's gloves. Okay, years ago we used to teach that method because the gloves weren't that good, and we were taught to get in front of balls. Even a first baseman was taught to get in front of badly thrown balls. But with these, what we call sewers now, okay, these big sewers that these guys got now, vacuum cleaners, and they can gobble up everything that's in that dirt. They have great fielding gloves now. So now we can afford to reach out and backhand balls by using the 1-foot method. Also, go back to the 1-foot method, Joe. Also, we have found that you can actually reach a little bit further with the 1-foot method. If Joe has to reach all the way here, he can reach a little bit further than he can if he has to shift. So that's another reason why we like to use the 1-foot method. Okay, that's just footwork around the base. Now, the next thing we have to concern ourselves with is that good stretch. Okay, the good stretch. Here's where first basemen make a mistake. So often a first baseman will stay back on balls that are in the dirt. They know it's going to be a low throw, so they'll stay back, Joe. Stay back and try and field it. I'm going to bounce one in the dirt here. Joe, stay back and try and field this ball. Okay, very tough ball because it's an in-between hop. Here it comes again. He's a very tough ball. It's an in-between hop. Now, that same ball, if Joe stretches out, he caught it. The same ball that just bounced on him a moment ago, now when he stretches out, he's catching it. Okay, one more time. He stretches out, he catches that low throw. All right, there's where first basemen make the mistake. They don't realize that most infielders' throws, their low throws aren't going to be off the mark by 15 feet. They're off the mark by just a couple of feet. Therefore, if Joe gets out there and makes that long stretch, that ball that is thrown low, he'll either be able to get it before it hits the ground, or he'll get that little short hop, which is hard to demonstrate here, which goes right into the glove, because he's out there smothering, what we call smothering, and cutting down the short hop. Whereas if he stays back, he ends up with the in-between hop, which is tough to handle. So we have to work our first baseman on that stretch and picking those balls out of the dirt. Okay, what we're going to do now, how do we work on this? Every day, you have to make sure that your first baseman is getting low throws. So we're going to take our infielders now and put them out there at their position. We're going to throw ground balls to our infield, okay, and have them throw balls in the dirt. Okay, Nick? All right, Nick, let's get some balls in the dirt over here to Joe. All right, Todd, balls in the dirt. We'll have the camera focus in on Joe there. We'll be throwing ground balls, and you're throwing them in the dirt. Okay, Jack, you're helping me here. Okay, here we go. Nick, you're over there at second base. All right, one after another. Here we go. Throw it in there. Joe's got to pick it. Get out and pick it. All right, that's all right. That's all right. We're working on it. Here we go. Get out there and pick it. Good, that's it. Pick it, Joe. Throw it in there. Get out there, get that stretch. That's it. Joe's stretching out there, cutting that hop down. That's it, Joe. Look at Joe. Look at Joe. He's like a machine over there. Like a machine. Look at Joe pick. Keep that foot on the base now. Keep that foot on the base. That's it. That's it, Joe. All right. Look at Joe. Get out there. Pick it out. Here we go. Throw it out. Throw it low. Good. Okay. Good. Good. All we're saying is part of our infield drill. Okay? You can't have, for the benefit of your first baseman, you can't have your infielders always making good throws. At some point in your infield practice, you have to say, okay, for the next 2 minutes, all bad throws. Now your first baseman has to handle balls in the dirt, balls high, he's got to make like he's making a tag on somebody, he's got to cross over, he's got to do a lot of things there. But you must work on that every day. All right, that's infield play. Get my pitcher out here. Come out here, lefty. Okay, the other thing we got to concern ourselves with is first baseman fielding ground balls and knowing they can't get to the base, they're going to have to use their pitcher. Their pitcher's going to have to cover first base, and the first baseman is going to have to flip it. Now, we're going to show two types of situations here. One, where the ground ball is hit at him, and he's got to move it on the ball a little bit. The pitcher's going to be there, and the first baseman is going to flip it right away. That's going to be the first situation. Okay, let's go through that. Okay, here we go. Get over there, pitcher. All right, now, did you notice that the camera picked up Joe, how Joe moved his glove out of the way? As soon as he got his hands on the ball, he moved his glove out of there so the ball is visible. We don't want him hiding that ball in that glove. All right, let's watch Joe move that glove out of the way. Get over there, lefty. Yeah, Joe moved that glove out of the way. Okay, now, next play. Now, Joe is playing deep. We got a big left-handed cleanup hitter up. Okay, Joe's playing deep. All right, now we get a smash back there. It gets to Joe in a hurry. It's a one-hop smash. The pitcher isn't there yet. Now Joe has to close that gap to make it a much easier toss. Joe, let's not close the gap at first. Let's show the mistake that our fielders will make. All right, here's the one-hop smash. Okay, they'll stay back there, and they'll throw the ball. Okay, now if we were outside, they'd be throwing a hard baseball under pressure. Here's the pitcher running full speed. That's allowed to be a bad throw. All right, now let's do it the correct way, Joe. There's the smash. Close that gap. Now he closed the gap, and he gives the pitcher a nice, easy flip. Okay, let's go one more time. See the difference. A nice, easy flip instead of the hard, overhand thrown ball. Here we go again. Here it is, Joe. Close that gap. Okay, good. All right, good. We just wanted to show those two different types of ground balls and how the first baseman has to one time just stay there and flip it. The other time, he closes the gap to turn an overhand throw into an easy underhand flip. Okay, the next phase of infield play we're going to get to is the all-important game saver, game breaker, the double play. Stop. Todd, I wanted us to show, just to show again, on an average ground ball, where you've already moved up on the ball, what foot is forward on an average ground ball? We're not in a double play situation. There's nobody on base. You're going to throw a guy out at first base. Show us how your feet would be when you field the ball. All right, stay right there. Notice his left foot is forward, his right foot is back. That's when he's going to throw a ball, throw a runner out at first base. Now, let's assume the first runner got on first base. He got a base hit, he walked, he got there somehow. Now we're in a double play situation. Now, that exact same ground ball that Todd just moved in on, now he's going to reverse himself. Okay, show us now that same ground ball, Todd, what your feet are going to be like. Now, look at his footwork now. Once he knows he's moving in, and the computer says, I know I've got it. Now, we're not talking about a tough ground ball. It's one that he says, I know I've got. Now, he'll just reverse his feet. Okay, now why does he do that? Because now he's already got this hip out of the way of his throw. Go back the other way. If he's this way and fields the ball, now he's either got to throw across his body, or he's going to have to crow hop to open up to throw the ball. Okay? Or he's going to throw sidearm, which we don't want. But if he fields it opened up the other way, right there, he's already opened up for his throw. Okay, same thing applies over here. A little bit different for our second baseman. Nick will show us an average ground ball, Nick. Okay, average ground ball. He's there. All right, now, show us the same thing on a double play ball. You know you've got a beat on it. He's actually going to turn a little bit more. Now you might say, well, this seems dangerous. He's turning to the side a little bit more. Well, it isn't dangerous because he's already acknowledged, the computers told him, you've got it. You're going to get the good hop. You've got a beat on it. So now we will, for quickness of ensuring that we get the double play, we'll turn to the side because I know I've got the ball. I wouldn't do this on a tough ball. One that I say, hey, that's a smash. That's a tough one. I wouldn't turn to the side because I can't have it go by me. But when I've already computed, hey, I've got this ball, then I can open up because now it's much easier for me to throw here. All right, Nick, we're going to show Nick once he fields the ball. We've already talked about him opening the feet up to make it an easier throw. But the next thing we're going to show, and Nick's going to show, is how he gets the trunk twist rather than standing up and making a throw. If he stands up to make the throw here, okay, if he crow hops, that takes too much time. Okay, now he's standing up, throwing it down this way. If he stays low and makes a trunk twist, he can get that ball to the shortstop much quicker. Okay, let's show that, Nick. So he's just turning that trunk. Let's go again. Let's show that again. Once he stays low, he just turns the trunk. Okay, good. One more time. Okay, let's move over to shortstop. We'll move the camera over to shortstop, and Todd will show the same thing over here. We'll see his feet opened up again. We'll see his feet open up, reverse of what he normally does, and then we'll see how he trunk twists and stays down low. All right, stay down low. Want him to really stay low, almost as if he's going to kneel down. That's it. Almost as if he's going to kneel down on that right knee. That's what he's got to feel. And he stays low. Good. One more time. Stay low. All right, good. All right. All we're doing there, we're trying to save split seconds. Okay, we got that fast left-handed runner running. We got to save a split second. That's our goal. How can I save a split second? He's got to save a split second. He's got to save a split second. We get a long stretch over there to save a split second. Now we get that fast guy. Well, we've got to make up time somewhere. Okay, let's get over here to the pivots now. Shortstop making a pivot at second base. The shortstop on all throws coming from the second baseman, with the exception of a throw that's way on the inside here. The shortstop will execute the same pivot all the time. The same pivot. He knows it's going to be an outside pivot. The only time he'll make a different pivot if it's a reaction to a bad throw. Okay? Also, on any balls that the first baseman fields behind first base, he will also make the same outside pivot. Slightly different angle, but the same outside pivot. All right, let's back Todd up a little bit here. First important step. The moment that ball is hit to the right side there, Todd's goal is to sprint to the base and get prepared. Okay, we don't want shortstops to come over here and they're jogging. They want to just jog right through the whole play. But what happens? All of a sudden I'm jogging here. There's a bad throw there. I can't handle it because I'm moving in a straight line. Instead of me saying, if I can get there in time, I'm going to sprint here and get ready. Now I'm ready. Now when Nick throws the ball, I can move across. But if I'm here and Nick makes a bad throw, I can shift like a first baseman to get it. But if I'm moving through here already, I can't shift like that on that bad throw. So the first goal of the shortstop is get to the base and get prepared and stay behind it. Now, when the ball comes, now I've got to be moving, which Todd will show here in a minute. As the ball comes, I'm moving across. I'm moving across, dragging with that right foot behind here. Okay? The next thing I've got to do is get my feet turned around so I'm pointed right at that first base. Now, I'll let Todd demonstrate this. Big mistake shortstops make. They'll do everything right until they're pivot, and then they'll end up out here in right field somewhere. Okay? Show me what I mean there, Todd, about going out wide. Let the camera see. Here comes. He goes way out there. Okay? Just think of the time he's lost. Think of where his throw's coming from. Many times when an infield shortstop goes out here, they end up throwing how? Once again, here I am back to throwing out of here. Okay? Because I came wide, and now I'm going to bend here and throw out of here. Okay? Now what we force our infielders to do is we'll put barriers here. Okay? I'll stand here just to demonstrate. I'm a barrier now. Now Todd's got to come and make that pivot, and he's got to stay inside of me. Now look at his position. Do it and just stop there, Todd. Do it and stop there. Now look at his position. He's pointed that way. He's turned to the side. He's ready for his throw. He's right in line. Okay. Now he's more have to make a much better throw because now he's going to come right up over the top. he's not going to come out of the side. So we must ensure that they're making this quick pivot here. They're not going out wide. That quick spin right in there to get in line at first base. Okay, let's throw some ground balls there to second base. We'll have Todd making the pivot. Okay, get to that base. Pivot, throw, get up. Watch him jump up in the air. Watch him jump up in the air. Here. Good. Okay, that's good. See his footwork. You notice his footwork there. He was here, dragging with the right foot, crow hopping here, throwing, and then he was jumping up in the air to get out of the way of the sliding runner. We must add that on every pivot. Get up in the air, because I've got to save myself. I don't want to be injured here. I don't want to have my feet down here and I get flipped. Okay, the other thing we got to be concerned about because of injury, I've got to make sure that after I throw, I'm facing this way after my throw, because then if they do get my feet, they'll go out for me, as opposed if I'm on a side position here and I get hammered, there goes the ligaments, there goes the knee. So I've got to be sure, because my knee's just going to give in here rather than getting hit and at least my feet going out from underneath me. So I want to make sure I'm facing that way. All right, that's the shortstop's pivot. Same pivot all the time, except if we're getting a throw from the first baseman, what we call inside. Okay, Joe, hold the runner on over there. There's a runner on first base. Now, the ground ball is going to be hit to our first baseman. He's going to move up inside the line to field it. The first thing what are you going to yell out, Joe? Inside. I can't hear you. Inside. All that is a reminder, okay? Now, I got it backwards. Joe doesn't yell that out, okay? Joe, he's fielding the ground ball. What are you going to yell?
Inside.
Inside. Okay, it's Todd yelling. It's the shortstop yelling inside, not the first baseman. He's got to field the ground ball. The shortstop is reminding him that he's coming to the inside here. He's not going outside. We don't want the ball to have to cross the runner here. He's going inside. Okay, so he's going to come in here inside. Now he's going to make a different type of pivot. Okay, now that's what we call almost a run-through pivot. So when I say inside, I go inside. Here comes the ball. It's left, right, left. Get up in the air. That's a run-through pivot. Or if the runner's going to be right on top of me, I'll actually go to the side. It'll be left, right, step, throw. Okay? I'll get out of the way of the runner. But it's actually a run-through pivot, a walk-through type pivot. It's not the crow hop behind that we did to the outside. All right, let's let Todd demonstrate that. Ground ball.
Inside.
Okay, here we go again. Watch him coming inside. Left foot on the base, right foot comes there. Okay. It's going to be a run-through pivot. Here we go. Move through it. Okay, now we would want Todd moving through just a little sooner as that ball's coming. One more time. Okay, we want him in motion when that ball. Now he's in motion. That's it. See how he went through that time. One more time. Watch him go through this time. Watch him go through. That's it. Now he's getting through. Now he's getting momentum behind his throw. Because he's moving in, he's getting some momentum, and he's got the inside. Again, he's reminding the first baseman where he wants to throw. If the first baseman had fielded it behind first base, then he would yell outside. Okay, just to remind the first baseman that he's coming outside, he wants to throw here. Okay, Nick, come on over here. Let's talk about second base pivot. What type of pivot do we like to use here, Nick?
Straddle.
Straddle, okay. Straddle pivot. Next time we like to use straddle. And our method here, okay, there's about 4 or 5 different pivots you can make at second base. We like to zero in on one pivot. Okay, we like to straddle, which means he's straddling the base. Okay, and all he's going to do, show us your footwork before I explain. Okay, here comes the ball. Okay, he's already on the base. He's caught the ball. He's already touched the base. He's throwing. Okay, why reason we like that? We like to keep it simple. We say, you're already in line. He's already in line. He's already in line with his throw. All he's got to concern himself with is getting up out of the way of that runner now. But he's already in line. We think this is the quickest method. Okay, the quickest method right here. Straddle, catch it, throw, get up in the air. All right, go to that again, Nick. Okay, one more time. Okay, now, many coaches, especially at the lower levels, they'll say, well, that's fine, but we don't have kids that can throw the ball. Their arms aren't strong enough. They can't do that. They can't throw it all the way there. Okay? We tell them, Hey, keep them with the straddle. Raise their trajectory on their throw a little bit. But teach them the correct method here. As they get older, their arms will get stronger. The throws will come down. Okay, but just raise the trajectory. Rather than teach them a different, letting them take crow hops to first base, okay, then have to teach them all over the correct way. Raise the trajectory. All right, let's go through some ground ball work here. We'll have Nick making the pivot. Okay, Todd throwing over here to Nick. That's it, one after another. Here we go. Give me that ball. Quick hands, quick feet. Got to be like a lightning ball. Give it. Oh, we got a bad throw. Okay, we got to be ready to shift on that bad throw. Here. That's it. Okay, timeout 1 second. Okay. Coaching point. We had a bad throw here. Mistake many infielders will try to make. Bad throw. Throw came over here. Because they're using a method here, they want to try and stay here and reach for the ball. No, all other pivots, which we'll show now. What are our other pivots? Here's another pivot. I'm going from back here. But it was a result of what? A bad throw. I drag my foot across, I tag it there. Now I'm throwing from here. Now I'm here. I get a bad throw to the inside. All of a sudden the throw's coming here. All of a sudden I shift here. Okay, that's another pivot. A result of a bad throw. I get a high throw. I'm here. I get a high throw. I'm going up. Tippy toe here. Staying with it like a first baseman. Staying with it. Coming back here and throwing from back here. That's another pivot. But those are all results of bad throws. So there's 3 or 4 other different pivots we can use, but we don't prefer them. We'll work on them, just like our first baseman. We'll say, okay, make some bad throws over here to Nick. So Nick will have to execute and practice other pivots. But 90% of the time, Nick is working on just that straddle pivot right here, getting rid of the ball, getting up in the air. Let's go a couple more, Nick. Finish up here. Give me that ball. We're going to have lightning hands here, lightning hands. Give me that ball. Good, he went with the ball, good. He went to the inside. Good, give me that ball. Good, that's good. Excellent, Nick, excellent. Good. Okay, that's double play. If you're going to be a great defensive team, coach is going to, in a few minutes, coach is going to talk about team defense. But if we can't execute the double play, okay, Dave Phillips is over there and he's got runners on first and third, 1 out and protecting a 3-2 lead, and he's trying his best. He gets that knee-high sinker, and he gets the guy to hit a ground ball right at the shortstop, and we can't complete the double play. Okay, he goes down, he shoots himself. Dave Phillips, we got to find a new Dave Phillips. He just committed suicide. Okay, we've got to be able to commit that double play. Okay, because that's what saves the game. All right, the last thing I'm going to talk about is an individual infield skill before we get into team defense is what we call a relay, the infielder making the relay throw. Again, the game is on the line. Okay, there's that run on first base. Dave Phillips again is protecting that 3-2 lead. We got the double play in the 8th inning to take us out of a jam. Now he's in a jam here. He got the first guy let off. Okay, he's got the 2 outs. Okay, you got a strikeout, you got a pop-up, runner on first base. Next man hits the ball to the left center field wall. We know with 2 outs, that runner from first is going to try to score, tie the game up. Okay, now, it depends how good are we at relaying the ball. Okay, again, where can I save a split second? Where can we save split seconds? So we like to work on our relay drill here. Now, there's 2 parts to this relay drill. Let me deal with the guys on the end first. What we ask the guys on the end, infielders, to do when they catch the ball in our relay drill is to get that tag down as quick as they can. Okay, they just got the relay throw. They got to get the glove down as quick as they can. We don't want guys sliding underneath the tag because we had a slow glove. So you'll see them working on that. In the middle, though, here's the key. Nick is the key. Nick has got to save that split second. Now, if Nick stays here and catches the ball like this, let me use your glove for a minute, Nick. All right, throw me a ball. I'm the relay man. Throw me a ball. I catch it. Now I turn and go to throw there. Okay, I've lost a split second. Here, let's go through that again. If I stay, relay, I catch it here. I caught it like this. Now I turn and throw there. I've lost a split second. All right, now Nick's going to show us. You just saw me making a bad mistake. Catching the ball right square up here. Now Nick's going to show us the proper turning. What are we looking for? Okay, let's watch Nick, then we'll talk about it. All right, Turn that side. I'll give me that ball. Hey, get that tag down. Give me that ball, Nick. You can be like a lightning bolt. Got to be like a lightning bolt out here. Give me the ball, Nick. We got to be quicker. We got to have those quick hands. We got to have those quick hands. Really? Quick hands. Look at Nick. Now notice how he's turning to the side. Turn to the side. Good, good. Let's talk about that for a second now. Okay, what is Nick doing here? Rather than catching the ball, now, he is staying lined up. He's squared up to begin with because he doesn't know where the throw is coming. If it's a bad throw and the throw comes over here, he's going to have to shift over here. But regardless, what he's going to try to do once he gets to the ball, now he's turning sideways. That's what you just saw him doing. So when he catches the ball, he's actually already sideways. And he's actually moving with the ball to where he's going to throw it. He's not catching it here, pivoting, then throwing. He's already turned to the side. Now he's moving with the ball, throwing it. Couple more, Nick. We'll finish up here. Turn it side. Quick hands. Look at that ball. Here with him, Nick. Lose it all, Nick. Here you go, Joe. Get that guy down. Cut him down, Nick. Look at those quick hands. Look at those quick hands, Nick. Two hands out of the glove. Good. Okay, great. Good, Nick. Okay. That's just another individual skill that infielder has to work on. Proper footwork. What are we back to talking there? Footwork, positioning for the good throw. It's vitally important. I must save that split second. Okay, those are all the individual things that we try to work on with our infielders almost every day. Okay, now, once we get past that, at least twice a week, Coach Gillespie will take the entire infield defense then and go through what is that all-important team defense. And that's the next thing we want to show on this video here is the importance of team defense.
Now we're going to go into infield depths. You know, one of the important things is to get the infielders in the proper position for the proper play. Years ago, Connie Mack used to stand in the dugout in a suit and tie, and with a scorecard, he would move his players to where he wanted them to be. Infield in, infield back, outfielders over here. We have a simple method at the College of St. Francis that we use, which is a numbering system. Now, if we want our infield at normal depth, depending upon the situation, that's our #1 position. All right, fellas, I want you in your normal position, and of course that will depend upon the hitter, this being the batter's box here. If there's a strong pull hitter up, they're going to play him over a little bit this way, and they're going to play him as deep as they possibly can. All right, if there's a potential bunter up, they'll be in a 1 position, but they'll be playing the bunter's ability, the speed of the runner, so that even the flankman will close down a little bit for the potential bunt. All right, so that is our #1 position. If we want to bring the infield all the way in, all right, for a play at the plate, that's our #3. All right, so infielders walking all the way in, that's our drawn-in infield position. All right, we're saying that that run that's on third base over here is a very critical run. All right, and we must make that play back here to our catcher. So that's our drawn-in infield. Now, we don't want to come into that drawn-in infield early in the game. Of course, there could be an exception. The 2 best pitchers in your league, the 2 best pitchers in the county, all right, Legion ball are going against each other, and we get an opening triple. Well, that may be the only run of the game, so you, the coach, as a strategist, you decide, I'm going to bring my infield in the first inning. That's not a normal thing to do. But in this situation, it's a good defensive strategy because you have considered the situation. You said this may be the only run scored. We're going to bring that infield all the way in. All right, now we're going to go to our #2 position. All right, in 2 position, we have a runner on third, potential run scoring. Now, you, the coach, have decided that this is a critical run. Not as critical as when you brought your infield all the way in, which is probably in the 8th or 9th inning. All right? But you've decided that we'd like to cut this runner down. Let's say they've broken out in front of them. They got 4 runs in. The score's 4-1 in favor of the other team. We don't want to give them any more runs. Yet we don't want to come in all the way because then we've had the opportunity, the hitters had an opportunity to drive the ball by the infielders if you get them too close. But we say, hey, we got to come in halfway. All right, let's go back to our number 1 position. Now we come up into our 3 position. All right, now we get a concept what 2 is, and we're in a halfway. A halfway, we tell our players, is an either or. All right, either or meaning you can take this guy here, or we can't make the play at the plate, let's get an out. All right, if we're in doubt and we can't make that play here, we're going to take an out over there. All right, so that's our 2 position. Halfway in, potential play here, we call it an either or situation. Now the next position is number 4. All right, 4 infield. Now the flanks, Mickey and Joe are right on the bag, parallel over there. Joe holds the runner on because we've got a double play situation. All right, our middle infielders are back. We've got a strong hitter up in here that average speed. So we'd like to get a double play here. Nick will remind the pitcher. Nick, remind the pitcher where he's going to go. All right, if he gets the 1 hopper there. All right, tell the pitcher where you want the ball. All right, what Nick is saying to the pitcher, you and I, if you get the 1 hopper, a reminder for the double play. If we're playing the hitter to hit this way, Sip, our shortstop, will say, Phil, you and I on the 1 hopper. Where middle infielders are deep. Mikatinik, our 3rd baseman, has a chance to go to the plate if he wants to, or he can go to the double play, or he can go to first base. He would prefer to get the double play. He's going to take a runner down on a slow hit ball. Joe's going to take a runner down at the plate on a slow hit ball. But we got a double play depth, and that is our number 4 infield, all right, where we can come here or get the double play over there. Another infield that we use is a 5-man infield. Shawnee, will you get out there and be a 5-man infield? Now, we've used this in big series, all right? You get into the late innings of the game. Coach Delgado, will you be a runner on 3rd base over there and be a critical runner for us? Now we've got the 9th inning. We have a leadoff triple, the bottom half of the 9th. All right? There's no tomorrow. All right. We've taken one of our outfielders out of the outfield, and we've put another infielder in where Shawnee is. Sean, raise your hand there and show him the 5th infielder there. All right. Now, on any ground ball, we've surrounded the pitcher. We've got 6 people actually out here and only 2 people in the outfield. Now, anybody that gets a ground ball, we're going to get this guy down. Any drag bunt, we've got a chance, or any squeeze play, we got a chance to make the flip in here to Jack to get that guy out of there. All right. So with nobody out, the short center fielder, the new shortstop, the guy that's come into the 5th infield position, plays in front of the base. He can't play deep because we've got to cut down Coach Delgado at the plate here. So any ground ball in this situation, we're coming into home and cutting down the winning run of the game. Remember, this is the bottom half of the 9th. We've got a man on 3rd base only with 1 or no outs. Okay, now, if we put another person on first base, all right, let's say we got a runner on first. Now, our short center fielder goes behind the bag. We still only have 2 outfielders out there. Only 2 outfielders. They're drawn in fairly close. All right. Now, with 1 out, if we get a smash, we've got runners on 1st and 3rd, or 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Any smash in the infield, they can take a double play out there to our short center fielder. Maybe we can give an illustration of that here one time. All right, lefty, make off, you go to home, and I'll throw a ball out here. There's a smash over there. There's a double play right there. Shawnee had a little trouble getting out of the glove. That's all right, Shawnee. All right, here we go again, left. Let's try here. Same situation. There's a smash to Sipple's left. He just flips to that guy, and we got the double play over there. Good job, Shawnee. Try another one in here, lefty. Okay, 1st and 3rd. All right, there's a smash to Sipple over there. Double play there. No, double play there, Shawnee. Good job. Shawnee was worried about the runner there a little bit. Okay. Okay, now we got the same situation. We got a smash over here to first base, over there, and we come right back to the bag. So all we're saying in a situation of 5-man infield, with nobody out. Come on in front, Sean. Now we're going to cut that. Man on third base only. We're all coming in here to home. We don't worry about what's going to happen at outfield. You've determined that you don't want the ground ball to beat you through the infield, all right? You space your outfielders where you want to. Now, let's say we get an out. We want to walk the bases loaded. We put a guy on here, we put a guy on there. Now that guy backs up. Shawnee, back up, please. All right, now we got the double play in order. Now, if any of these infielders are in doubt, they are not going to go that way for the double play. They're going to come into here and go to there. Let's have an example of that, Mickey. We get a smash at you. There's lefty going there. There's a smash. He comes right into home. All right. No, we don't want to tell you. We got double play there, kid. Double play there. Let's try it again. All right. There's a smash. Tag play at home. Bang. There's... All right. All right. Now that was with one out or in the inning. We're going to get the double play that way. So that's a concept of the five-man infield that you fellas can use, you coaches can employ in critical situations in the late innings. Now we'll go through our bunt situations, all right? Shawnee, you be the runner over on first base. With a runner on first, we use a color system for calling out whether we think that the bunt is in order. Now, that'll depend on certain teams. Some teams will employ a sacrifice bunt in the early innings. They want to play with your mind, the opposing team's mind. They may want to bunt early just to let you think they're a bunting team and then maybe hit out of the bunting stance. All right? When we think the bunt is in order, we call out red. There's obviously no outs. We got Lefty Phillips on the mound. Mark Micatea has come into a bunt situation. Our shortstop cheats towards second. Nick, our second baseman, comes up and in. All right. Joe's going to hold the runner on. Lefty's going to hold the runner on, and then Joe's going to break for home. All right, let's go through the fundamentals. Okay, bang. Now, the reason that our pitchers go over to first at least once and maybe more than once, they're trying to read the batter. All right. Sometimes as the pitcher goes to first, this guy will think that the ball's coming to home, and he will start to slide his hand up the bat. So we're trying to read the hand of the batter to see if he's going to show bunt. If he does show bunt, boy, that's a big advantage to us. So once again now, we're going to go to first base, Lefty. Hold that runner on. Get a good move over there. Looks like the bunt is in order. Now we're going to roll the bunt down there and go through our bunt defense. Go right by me, cover third. All right. All right, we got the 2 call. We got our catcher calling out. So when we, the management, we, the manager, think that the bunt is in order, we say red. All right, now let's say they've got a good hitter in the box. We're not sure the bunt is in order. It's the 3rd inning or the 4th inning in a 7-inning game, or maybe the 5th inning in a 9-inning game. Close game, but yet a good hitter in the box. We're not sure where they're going to bunt. We say green. Now with green, show them your normal position in the red, Mickey. Come on all the way up. That's a red commitment. All right, now in a green commitment, all Mickey's going to do is get parallel with the bag or 1 step in front. We've alerted the Mickey that the bunt could be in order. All right, we've alerted Joe that the bunt could be in order. We've alerted Lefty that the bunt could be in order. We've alerted the catcher just by saying 1 word, green. So green, we're looking out for the bunt. They may bunt in this situation. All right, let's go to home and I'll bunt a ball here, Lefty. All right, now we got a bunt down there. All right, we got the bunt over there, and we worked the situation. All right, so that's with the runner on first. We use 2 colors, red or green, if we think the bunt is in order. Red, that means that we've committed to the bunt. We're getting our people up here. The third baseman was way up. Green, we've alerted the infielder, the flank man, and he'll just cheat a little bit towards home. Joe's alerted that he's going to have to charge because the bunt may be in order. Now with first and seconds, Tony, we'd be a runner at second base. Now we're in what we call a numbering system again. 13 means that we're in normal bunt situation in the history of time when baseball was incepted many, many years ago. Ty Cobb, all the old players, Babe Ruth, all the old guys, this was the normal bunt defense through the history of baseball. Runners on first and second. All right, the shortstop holding on the lead runner right in behind him. First baseman committed up. Nick's cheated up and over. Mickey's holding third, and he's reminded the lefty Phillips that he's got to cover the third baseline. This is our 13. The reason we use the number 13 in this situation, 3 is the number of the first baseman. That's his position, the 3 position. 13 reminds him that this is the bunt situation, 1-3. All right, 3 is up. Now the bunt is in order. Lefty hold the lead runner, Sip hold the runner out there. All right, we're in a 13 first and second bunt situation. Now we get a bunt down third, and they get a force play over there. Okay? All right, that's your 13. Let's review it one more time. First baseman's committed up. All right, we're holding that runner on over there. Now we bunt the ball right. Whoa, we got the ball right through the pitcher's mound there. My fault, lefty. Let's do it again. Hey, that's all right. Joe, what were you on that? I think Joe should have handed that bunt over there. Let's get on Joe a little bit. All right, we'll run right into the defense this time. We bunt right into the defense there. And we got 3 and get a force play over there. All right, so that would be our 13. All right, now let's say we wanted to spin the wheel, have the third baseman charge. We're going to trick him. All right, the key here is that the pitcher is going to deliver the ball to home when he sees daylight between the shortstop and Coach Delgado. So we'll have the camera. Let's show the daylight look between the pitcher, shortstop, and Coach Delgado as he breaks to cover third. All right, we'll concentrate out there. All right, boom. Okay, as soon as lefty sees our shortstop break towards third, as soon as he sees daylight, he delivers the ball to the plate. Mikatinik charges hard. All right, and we spin the wheel this way. Weiss, the second baseman, goes there. Sip goes there, and Joe backs up, and the pitcher comes to first. Let's do that in slow motion. We got a 15. All right? I'm not going to bunt the ball, but we'll just go through it slow motion. Here we go. Bang. And that's what the infield looks like. So we spun the wheel that way. Let's do it again, and I'll bunt a ball this time. I'm going to bunt it towards Mickey, and Mickey's going to get the force out at third. All right? All right, now we turn the wheel, it bunts down that way, and we come out of there with the bunt defense. So that's called spinning the wheel, a 15. Our first call was 13. That call was a 15. We'll do it one more time. Bunt defense, 15. All right, there we go. There's the bunt towards Mickey, spun the wheel, and we got the lead runner out there, and that's what we're looking for. All right, now, a pickoff play that we use with that, we call a 25. All right, on a 25, we're going to disguise that same play. We can make it look like the third baseman charging, Sipple, the shortstop's racing towards third. The pitcher wheels and throws back to second as soon as he sees daylight. Let's concentrate our camera right on our middle infield as they execute a 25 pickoff in a first and second bunt situation. All right, let's do it again. No ball, we'll do it again. All right, we'll pick that up now. All right, and that's the timing of a 25. Now we'll actually throw the ball one more time. All right, you, the manager, have yelled out, let's work our pickoff on first and second. You're going to try a 25. All right, another time. One more time, Lefty, so we make sure we got this down. All right. Now, those are our bunt defenses. We have our infield depth. We've had a red and green with only one runner on first. We've had 13. We've had 15. We've had a 25. We've had 5-man infields that you're going to employ late in the game in the late innings with that winning run on third base. All right. The next thing we're going to employ is a first and third situation. All right. Now, in first and third situation, we got another set of signals going on. This we're going to use with our catcher, and I'll turn the catcher this way. All right, if we're going to throw the ball through in the double steal situation, our catcher will wipe his letters right here, touch his heart, so to speak. If he's going to use a pitcher's cutoff, he'll grab his face mask. All right, now he's going to line the ball to the pitcher. The pitcher's going to cut it off and go to third. All right, if he wants to throw to the infielders in position, he's going to, if he wants to throw to the second baseman, he'll tag his right thigh with his bare hand. If he's going to throw to the shortstop in the position, depending on the hitter, he'll knock his thigh with his glove. All right, we'll set up the first and third double steal with the catcher's side. The first one Mickey's going to use is the letters where we're going to throw the ball through on the double steal. Lefty, you have a ball there, and let's go through the double steal. Nick, you're going to have coverage out in here. There he goes. All right, and that's how we handle the ball. All right, let's do it again. All right, pitcher's got the ball. All right, before we go on to that, the shadings that we're going to employ, all right, if we're going to play the fellow as a pull hitter to left field, we use the numbers 14. 14 means that number 4, our second baseman, is favoring second base. So the team concept, all right, geographically we're moving this way. That's a 14. All right. So with a right-handed hitter in the box, Nick has called out 14. Jack has given him the sign to throw the ball through on first and third situation. All right, Nick's going to handle the ball out there and get Coach Delgado at the plate on the double steal. All right, here it comes. There's the pitch. There's the runner going. There's the throw out there, and there's the return throw. Now, if we're going to play the hitter to hit the other way, pull the hitter to right field, we use 16. 16. That sends our shortstop 6. Raise your hand. That's his number in the scorebook, number 6. He's favoring second base. Now we got the same throw through. All right, the double steal's in order. Lefty goes to the mound. And now we're going to have the double steal in the proper way we got to do it. Boom, there he goes. All right, and there's the throw to home. All right, now, that came with this sign here. Now, they've got extremely fast men over here. Coach Delgado?
What is the role of the third baseman in this?
All right. The role of the third baseman on infield play in the double steal. He reads only the runner at third. He's watching Coach Delgado now. We'll focus in over here. If Coach Delgado is too far down the line as Jack comes up, he looks to third. If he's too far down the line, what do? Mickey raises his hands. And then Jack would pump fake out to second and throw the ball to third. So the catcher, as he comes up, looks to third. All right, if that guy's too far down the line, okay, he's going to fire that ball there because the third baseman put his hands up. Otherwise, he's going to go through with the normal play. Now we've gone to the bar guard. The catcher's used the bar guard, all right? Now he's going to come up and hit lefty. All right, he's going to look like it's going to be, he's firing the ball out. He's going to fire to lefty. Lefty's going to fire to third. We'll try to pick the guy off over there. All right, so now we've got the bar guard. The double steal's on. There it goes. Boom, he fires there. We got a pitcher's cut up, and we got a run down right there. Okay, once more. First and third. Hug the bar guard. That means we've got the pitcher's cut off. The winning run's at third. We don't want to gamble out there. We're going to fire it to lefty. Lefty's going to grab it out of the air and get that guy at third base. All right, now we got that guy picked over there. All right. The last one is when we use the ball going out to the infielder, and the infielder's just going to shallow up a little bit. Now, the reason we have this play is that Coach Delgado or any runner on third is watching to see if the ball goes by the pitcher's head. If the ball goes by the pitcher's head, then he's going to break and try to score from third. Well, we don't run to the base. The second baseman in this case is just going to move in directly to the lip of the grass, and the throw's going to go out to him from the catcher, and then the throw back to home. So the infielder that we're throwing to shallows up a bit, then he breaks to the lip of the grass. Mikatinic looks at third, our catcher looks at third, he fires out to the second baseman who's got the short throw back to home. All right, let's use that sign. He wiped his guard there. All right, throws on, there's our pickoff play. There he comes right up, and then we moved right up in there. Now with the left-handed hitter up, we want to throw the ball to the shortstop. So now the catcher rubs his thigh with his glove hand. Left-handed hitter up. Now the shortstop shallowing up a little bit. Now if they use a double play, he's ready to break in. There's the pitch. He fires right out to the shortstop. And there's our play at home base. Let's do that one more time. Okay. Left-handed hitter in the box. Shortstop knows that if the guy breaks from first on the double steal, he's going to close the distance, get the ball on the lip of the grass if he can, fire the ball to Jack back here at home plate. There you go. All right, oh, we got him picked there. That was good. All right, we read there. We didn't fire the ball out because we had a read at third base. Let's try it again. Same play. Okay, good play there, Jack. Good play reading there, Mickey. All right, there he goes. All right. Beautiful. All right, that's excellent. Okay, those are the things that we work on a lot. Now, you fellas out there, you coaches out there, you must spend 2 days a week defense and bunts. You got to take your reds and your greens and your 13s and your 15s. Work your pickoff plays back in there. Work your pickoff plays from your catcher. You must treat your first and thirds twice a week, at least for 15 minutes as part of your practice. Work on these double steals. Coach your pitcher to get off that mound. Step off! Step off if they try any other kind of delayed steal. That's so very, very important. We, the infield, must handle the ball. We, the infield, must be smart. All the drills that Tony took us through before, all of these are part of this package. Every great team, any team that's won a national championship, a state championship, a conference, a county MAC league, has always had a great infield, handle the ball, and intelligent. All right? They must be intelligent. They must know where to go. They must handle all situations. They must know what to do in all. As we close here tonight, Del, come on in. I want to thank these guys for trying to make the presentation and the importance of all these concepts that we did covering infield play. Tony, as an old infielder, I know that you really enjoy coaching this phase of it, and the rundowns and the first and thirds and all these kind of things. And I think we had a great performance by the kids tonight. I hope the
kids did outstanding, coach, just like you do in your games.
Oh, that's great. And again, there's never been a great team without a great defense. And your inner defense, I think the pride of the third baseman. We think of the great shortstops in the game, the great second baseman, the great first baseman. You got to have the great catcher, the fielder. The thing that we tell our pitchers, that you must be a great fielder. You must hold runners on. We tell pitchers, don't feed yourself. You're an infielder. You never walk a guy. You field your position, you hold runners on. So we're always talking concepts. Catchers, don't allow that guy to steal, all right? All that is part of this inner defense, all right? The heart and soul of the defense is our infield defense.